Hello friends, welcome in the online lecture again for first fundamentals of physical chemistry. First, in some last lectures we have discussed about the uh, rate of reaction, the orders of reaction, molecularity of reaction, zero order reaction, first order reaction, second order reaction, third order reaction. So all these order of reaction that we have discussed in some last lecture. Now today important point that we have to discuss is the temperature dependence of temperature dependence of rate of reaction. Temperature dependence of rate of reaction. In most of the cases, the temperature, as we increase the temperature of increase the temperature of reaction, there will be increase in the rate of reaction. So such phenomenon occurs. But most of the cases, sometime in some reaction, the rate of reaction decreases. The rate is different, or some reaction there will be no effect, but these are rare reactions. But most of the time the temperature depends on rate of reaction, that when we increase the temperature the rate of reaction increases. So how this rate of reaction increases, that we have to see here by Arrhenius equation. So temperature dependence of rate of reaction we have to discuss here, and a related equation, that is Arrhenius equation, is dependent Arrhenius equation that we have to discuss here in this case. Before that, Van 't Hoff shows that Van 't Hoff, the scientist, which shows that the equilibrium constant of reaction, equilibrium constant depends on temperature, depends on temperature. So if this equilibrium constant depends on temperature, the equilibrium constant depends on temperature. So equilibrium constant changes with temperature. When we change the temperature, the equilibrium constant changes. On this basis, Van 't Hoff suggested that the logarithm of specific reaction rate, specific reaction rate is a linear function, is linear function of reciprocal of absolute temperature, reciprocal of absolute temperature. So Van 't Hoff suggested that equilibrium constant changes with temperature, with change in temperature equilibrium constant changes. So logarithm of specific reaction rate is a linear function of the reciprocal of absolute temperature. So this is the theory of Van 't Hoff. So the Arrhenius extended this theory and explained some point, extended this theory of the temperature dependence of the equilibrium constant. So extended this theory, but by considering certain point, consider the points considered by Arrhenius. So first point is that not all molecules take part in chemical reaction, take part in chemical reaction. Chemical reaction means all the molecules present there in the chemical reaction not take part in the chemical reaction. All the molecules present in the mixture do not take part in a chemical reaction. So out of these, only certain molecules take part, only certain molecules take parts in the chemical reaction. Molecules take part in chemical reaction, and these molecules are called as active molecules. Active molecules, the molecules which take part in chemical reaction. So in reaction mixture there are two types of molecules, that those which take part in chemical reaction, these are active molecules, and those which do not take part in chemical reaction, the molecules are called as passive molecules. Do not take part in chemical reaction, these molecules are known as passive molecules. So there are two types of molecules, active molecules and passive molecules, and there is an equilibrium between these active molecule and passive molecules. So active molecules and passive molecule, there is equilibrium between these molecule. And see the point where when we raise the temperature, when we raise temperature, the number of active molecules increases. The number of active molecule increases. Active molecules increases. Number of active molecule increases. So number of active molecule increases. As the number of active molecule increases, the rate of reaction increases. Number of active molecule increases and rate of reaction increases. Rate of reaction increases. So what is the basis of the Arrhenius equation? Arrhenius equation, the basis of Arrhenius equation is that by increasing the temperature, the number of active molecules increases. So passive molecules by absorption of heat converted into active molecules, and these active molecules, the reaction involves in the chemical reaction and the rate of reaction increases. So these are the Arrhenius, these are some characteristic derived by or the points assumed by the Arrhenius, on the basis of which Arrhenius equation has been derived. So these are the points. See, not all molecules take part in the chemical reaction. The all molecules present there do not take part in chemical reaction. Only certain molecules take part in chemical reaction. These molecules are known as active molecules. Those who do not take part in chemical reaction are known as passive molecules. So there are two types of molecules present in the reaction mixture, active molecules and passive molecules. There is always equilibrium between the active molecules and passive molecules. When we raise the temperature, this equilibrium shifted towards the left side, that is towards active molecules, means number of active molecules increases when we raise the temperature and number of passive molecule decreases. So passive molecule gets converted into active molecules by the absorption of heat. So rate of reaction increases as the number of active molecules increases, which take part in chemical reaction. So the rate of reaction ultimately increases. So it is the reason behind that rate of reaction increases. This is due to the increase in number of active molecules and not due to the number of collision increases. No, not due to the number of collision increases according to the Arrhenius theory. So active molecules increases by absorption of heat is the basis of Arrhenius equation. Let's see the derivation of the Arrhenius equation. Derivation of Arrhenius equation, in which we have to consider the general reaction. A plus B react to form C plus D. So derivation of Arrhenius equation, derivation of Arrhenius equation, in which see the general reaction, that is A plus B react to form C plus D, and this reaction is reversible. Remember, this reaction is reversible. A plus B is converted into C plus D. So rate of forward reaction, is here. So rate of forward reaction indicated by REF is equal to K1 into concentration of A into concentration of B. We know that this rate of reaction for forward reaction is the RF equal to K1 into concentration of A to concentration of B. Similarly, rate of backward reaction, RB for backward reaction is equal to K2 into this reaction occurs in this way, in the reverse manner. So concentration of C into concentration of D. Reactant concentration, it depends on reactant concentration, as we know that K1 into K2 at equilibrium. What happen at equilibrium? The rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. So that is REF equal to RB at equilibrium. at equilibrium RF equal to RB, rate of forward reaction equal to rate of backward reaction. So we can write K1 equal to K1 into concentration of A, concentration of B equal to K2 into concentration of C, concentration of D. So value of RF is here K1 A into concentration of A into concentration of B equal to RB K2 concentration of C into concentration of D. So from this value of K1 upon K2 we can derive concentration of C, concentration of D divided by concentration of A into concentration of B. We have taken this term to the right, so it becomes divide here, and K2 taken here, so it goes into denominator. So K1 upon K2. So these two are constant. K1 is constant, K2 is constant, and the process takes place at equilibrium. So we replace this by another constant, that is equilibrium constant. So Kc is the equilibrium constant. Now according to thermodynamics, in thermodynamics one famous equation is there. Thermodynamics, Van 't Hoff equation is there. In thermodynamics there is a Van 't Hoff equation, and that equation becomes d ln Kc by d into T, absolute temperature, equal to delta E upon RT square. So this equation is known as Van 't Hoff equation. Van 't Hoff equation where Kc is the equilibrium constant. Kc is the equilibrium constant. Then delta E is the heat of reaction. Kc is the equilibrium constant. Delta E is the heat of reaction. R is, we know that, gas constant, absolute temperature. So these are the values. So we call this equation number 1. But we know that what is Kc? Kc equal to K1 upon K2. K1 is the rate constant for forward reaction, and K2 is the rate constant for backward reaction respectively. In this case, so we have to substitute this value in equation number 1 for Kc. Okay, then we obtain equation d ln K1 upon K2. Value of Kc we have substituted here, d ln K1 upon K2 by dt equal to delta E upon RT square, where delta E is heat of reaction, that is delta H, or it may be represented as delta E. So delta H is nothing but the E1 minus E2. By substituting this value here instead of the delta E and rearranging this equation, we can write d ln K1, and we know that in logarithm the dividation is nothing but difference. D ln K1 minus d ln K2. So d ln K1 by dt minus d ln K2 by dt, separating the denominator here, equal to here E1 upon RT square minus E2 upon RT square. So we can write this equation in this format: d ln K1 by dt minus d ln K2 by dt equal to E1 upon RT square minus E2 upon RT square. So here E1 minus E2 we have substituted here and separated the denominator here, writing separate denominator here. So we obtain the equation, this equation. Now at this stage we know that the K1 and K2 are the rate constant for forward and backward reaction. This is for forward reaction, backward reaction. Similarly, E1 and E2 are represented by notation E1 and E2 represents the energy of activation. So if it represent energy of activation, then we can write energy of activation. Then we can write the equation for K1 and K2 separately. So d ln K1 by dt equal to, we can write equation E1 upon RT square plus I is the activation energy for intermediate, and similarly we can write d ln K2 by dt equal to E2 upon RT square plus I. But as we know that the activation energy for I is equal to 0. Activated complex, in this case we are not considering the collision theory or activated complex, so I is equal to 0 for the complex formation, intermediate form there, because we are considering here reactant and product and not the intermediate. So for intermediate I is equal to 0, so we can write d ln K1 by dt equal to E1 upon RT square and d ln K2 by dt equal to E2 upon RT square, So these two equations are obtained here. So these two equations represent the equation here, say equation number 2 and this equation number 3. These two equations represent Arrhenius equation. So these equations are known as Arrhenius equation. So in this manner Arrhenius equations are derived. So we have considered the general reaction A plus B equal to C plus D. So rate of forward reaction represented, rate of backward reaction represented at equilibrium, forward reaction rate equal to backward reaction rate. So we have written this equation for K1 upon K2. So in this manner we obtain the value of Kc. So Kc equal to K1 upon K2. From Van 't Hoff equation of thermodynamics, we have written this equation where we have substituted value of Kc, K1 upon K2. We obtain this equation, and this equation in which we have substituted the value of delta H, heat of reaction, E1 minus E2 for delta E also. So we have written this equation in this format. So K1 and K2 are the rate constant and E1 and E2 are the energy of activation. So we can write these two equations separately for two reactants. So these equations written in this format, but I is the energy of activation, energy for the complex or intermediate. So here we have not considered intermediate, that's why I is equal to 0. So we have written this equation 2 and 3, and these two equations are known as Arrhenius equations. Okay, Arrhenius equation, in which E